afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome, guys. Thank you for all your wonderful messages last night, and still the messages that are coming, are being sent to me concerning. I hope I'm coping okay, and since my mum's passing. The sincere empathy of all you wonderful people is really very heartwarming. So now I've had a customer come to me yesterday, and they want a 12-inch grapevine wreath, which I've got out and placed the hook on. They brought me in because this customer is one of my customers, and she has had an arrangement from me for quite a few years, and she's only just decided she wants to sort of like give it a bit of a spruce. So she's brought in some of the flowers and that she'd still like to add back into the wreath, and then obviously said, could you add in a bit more twiggy bits? She's just gone on to this style where she absolutely adores twiggy bits. Woman of my dreams. So she didn't know, she left it with me what to come up with. She didn't have an idea, but instead of having a full wreath with deco mesh like she did last time, she has asked me to do a wreath from the top going down each side and leaving the bottom of the wreath bare. So I've got out some, bits, and obviously again, some of these are the ladies, what she brought back, and I've, cleaned them up to reuse again. So just to add in some bits of like longer stems and twiggy bits, I have got out some ivy, which is on a garland. So I've got that out. Now these silver dollar eucalyptus were on the ladies' other arrangement. I haven't placed new picks on them. I've just tidied the picks up. The picks have been obviously cut to size, so I decided I will place these back in and maybe around the centre as filler foliage. We'll see. There's only 5 here that was really worth saving, again, because the lady has had the wreath for quite a few years. So I've cleaned all those up. Now I have got out, again, I don't know if I'm using everything, but I have got out some boxwood for, again, the movement and the airy twiggy effect. Now these were on the lady's wreath. She absolutely loves them, the lotus pods. So there was only 3. The others that she had, I do have some more, so I may add in some more, or with it just being across the top, 3 may be enough. And also some lavender coloured hops, which were on single picks around the edge. So I've tidied the stems, and obviously on some put new stems on or new picks, and she'd like those back in. And she'd also wanted some of these little purple thistles placing back in. So again, they've all been washed, dried, hence the reason I'm on late today, because I've been sorting out the ladies' flowers. Now, she does have irises in this colour. I told her I have the original looking irises, not with veins everywhere, but the lady does have an arrangement with the veins on the irises in. But I did say I have got some lilies in that, with the veins on and in that vintage colour. So I've got out 2 new stems of the the lilies. So we will place those in. Now she didn't have any of this, but she's got it in a arrangement. I may get one out what would hang with the ivy as well. But she's got some with boxwood in the arrangement in white, so I said I will add those in as well. So I've got one stem out. I have got out some sage green fern. With it being lilac and white, I don't want to go with all my foliage too dark, so I'm giving the foliage different tones. So we have got dark, we've got a bluey green, and then we've got sage green. And then also with the twiggy bits that she's asked for, we've got lime green. So I've got different tones of green. So with the lady having a fetish for twiggy bits, I am going to add in some Veronica. So I have got some out. I have cut the odd piece, put an odd piece on a pick just to see if I want it longer or, you know, this length. So I've given it a little trial for the, you know, for the how far I'm coming out from the wreath. Now these were also in the lady's last wreath, and she absolutely adores these and would like them, every one of them, back in. The grey magnolias. So because the stems had been shorter, I have placed these on new picks. So and gave them a wash and disinfected them, or should I say, with antibacterial spray, just to get off any germs that I may have missed, which I doubt very much. And they're all dry now, so they're ready to go back in. Now we have got, I did tell her I've got some oddments and if she'd like them in. These were on a big stem. I cut too many down. They did have the odd yellow flower in, so I have chopped out the yellow flowers, as you can see here. So I have taken those out and left just the lilac ones in. And with them being wispy and twiggy bits in, I thought I would add those in for the customer as well. Now I have got out some birch leaves that I may use as my background foliage as well. So I do have those out. And I've got these just in case. I may add in these little twiggy bits as well. I've forgotten what they're called. But I've got these out also as maybe a backup. She doesn't want a lot of, she wants to see the grapevine wreath. So she doesn't mind if I can see through the floral and the foliage. She thinks that would add to the twiggy bits because the grapevine is twiggy. The last wreath she had was on a evergreen or a spruce wreath, which she's gone off of the spruce wreath texture. She wants a twiggy grapevine wreath. So we've got that. Now she doesn't want a bow, but she said I suggested maybe just a couple of tail ends, 2 or 3 tail ends hanging in the middle, coming down. So she said, you know, I can put some in. And I said, well, I'll have a look how far we've gone and if it actually needs any in. But I have got out the glittered one in lilac. I know in America you call this colour lavender. It's the same over here, but we just call it lilac. And then I've got the floral one out with the purple. I think we've got purple hydrangeas on and also pink, but because she's not got pink, and it is fused and it is purple on the back as well, or lilac and lilac stitching, I thought they look lovely together, but I'll see what they look like with the arrangement and we'll go from there. So I'm going to bring down our camera and I'm just going to grab some hanging, I think they may be blossoms, but I'm just going to bring some out just to hang with the ivy as well. I can just maybe, I wonder if I've got any oddments of Just bear with me, everybody. I just want to grab. I'll just grab those. Just 2 of those stems. Right, so here we go. So we're going to, and I did say to the lady as well that if I feel that I need to add in a bit more filler foliage or something else, then I will add it in as well. So I wanted to add in, first of all, some of our garland. Now let's find where we begin. Here we go. Let's see if I can cut it. I don't want to go too long with the garland because I've got to take into consideration the space that the lady has. I could cut that one off. This one there as well. So I don't want to go too long. So the lady hasn't got too much room. She wants to place it indoors on the wall, and there is furniture what could be in the way if I did it exceptionally long. So we're going to not make it too long. So she's going to want it again around here. So we're just going to bring in some ivy like that. And I'll use these smaller pieces to come up and around. Smaller piece. I've got to find a piece that isn't too long. So there's another piece that I'm going to bring again over here. That one seems a bit wobbly. It's not coming off. I don't like the thought of it moving around. So I'm going to place a bit of glue on it just to seal it and keep it from spinning on the prong that it sits on. So we're going to do the same with this one and bring this one out as well. We'll bring that one up here, and these little pieces that I cut off I will bring around here. So let me just tidy the stem. I'm going to just pop one in one side of the hook and the other one the opposite side. I have had customers who've done this before, who've had something from me, or if they have actually brought a ready-made wreath from a store, and they think it's, you know, they want things adding more to it, then they have brought it, and I have taken it all apart and added in the elements in a different way. And I have had customers who've come and taken one of their old wreaths apart and wanted me to give it a bit of a lift. Now I have got, I mean, I did say to the lady I may not put things in, I may add things. So I've cut a few down. I can grab them. Oh, I've just pulled a leaf off. Oh my goodness, where's that come from? So I'm going to bring one of the birch leaves coming down there, and I'm going to do the same on the opposite side and bring one coming down this side. Again, she wants this open, she doesn't want me to close it off, so we're going to give the lady her wishes. And the lady has purchased quite a lot from me over the years. She's a very good customer. We'll add that one. Let's turn it back over. It's upside down. Do I place in? Ooh. Cut this stem. Just lift that back a bit. There we go. Again, we may not need everything. So I'm going to, let me see which way is the, do I add those in first? I don't want any of those.
Mom?
Yeah.
Any coffee?
Oh, yes, please. I haven't brought a drink in, Brandon, thanks. Let me have a look. Let me get these. These are what I was thinking of having, you know, just hanging down. So I'm going to cut that there. That there. So let's get these in first. These are what I want hanging as well. We'll bring those there. And one here. Let me just turn that leaf. And if you think like this one, they're both different, around the same length as I've placed them together. I always say, you know, if you have a wreath and you've changed your decor in the home and you've got an artificial wreath, you can always, you know, pull them out and do what I'm doing and give it a new lease of life. I don't think I'm really liking the ivy in the centre, the little pieces. That's a big piece, so I'm going to take those out. I think they look a little bit clumpy. I can use those in another project. I'll glue that back in. I'm going to just get in the boxwood. On this occasion, I'm not putting all the foliage in first. I'm just placing it in the floral as well as the foliage in different stages. So let's just cut some off. I'll take 3 for now because we've got the white around the side. Bring these up. Let's just put that one a little more. And if you're a newbie and you're a beginner at floral design, cut your stems at a 45-degree angle at the bottom, which is just like a diagonal cut, and that makes it easier to push into your grapevines. And then I'm going to bring one here. Just make sure that's gone in. Yeah. Bring that one in the center. Now these are all wired, so you can manipulate these to sit how you would like them to sit on the arrangement. You can pull them apart and take them all apart together and have them individually. You could do that as well. Just bring that back round there. I always, bring in the smaller pieces at the bottom and bring those to the front or to the side, and the longer pieces mainly to the rear of the arrangement. Let's have a look. Again, oh gosh, I need to drop those. I want to make sure I'm placing those in at the right stage. So let me have a look at the Veronica. Just bring that Veronica down. Cut it a little. Bring one under here as well. This will add to the length. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Can I get a biscuit of mine?
Yes,
please?
of course. Bring one in the centre, just behind. My son does make me laugh, guys. This is my autistic son. As you may have just heard, he's just asked if he could have, in America you call them cookies, we call them biscuits over here. And if you know, when you say, yes, of course you can, he's just done what I thought he would have done. He's ran off and I can hear him go, ooh, ooh, like he's really happy that I've said, yes, he can have a biscuit or a cookie. And that puts a smile on my face when he does that. And I'm putting 5 of this Veronica in. I'm going underneath some of the foliage. So it's sitting at the back with it being long, you know, pointy. I'm bringing it out a bit underneath. Now let me look at the, now I know she wants all of the magnolias in, so how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 7. Right, we've got 5 open and 2 buds. So these buds I may bring in. You may see me swap and change my mind, guys, where I'm placing things or which one I'm placing in next. Only because as soon as I turn my head and look what, you know, at the elements I have, and I think, oh no, that'd be better to go in now. So I'm going to bring some on the outside, as you can see there. Again, there's no particular order that you have to place it in a wreath. Maybe on, you know, things like sympathy flowers. Oh, I've just pulled that off. Sympathy flowers, you know, especially like a casket spray, you would have to do your foliage first. Oh, I've pulled another one off. Where did it come from? I can't think where they've come from, guys. Let's bring it round. Aha, there it is. So let's glue that leaf back on. Oh my goodness, this is awkward. Go. And I thought I saw another one that's come. Oh no, it hasn't. Or has it? Yes. I can't see where that one's come from either. Right, what I'm going to do, because I can't find the prong for it, I'm placing it on a pick. I'm going to cut the pick down. And I'm going to just pop it in here. So the ones with the buds, I'm going to bring just in here to sit alongside the floral that is the longest. So we have some down here as well. I'm going to bring one. Let me just bend that stem in the centre here as well. Let's get a big one there. Let's place that there. And then I've got 2 more left. So I'm going to bring these. I'll hold them. I'll hold on to them. I will pop them in. I'm just thinking of the lilies. Now then. You see, I would have put something else in. She didn't say the lilies, but I'm just thinking what other floral I can place in instead of the lilies. If we've got something of this vintage colour to add in, let's just hang back with those as well. See about, yeah, right, we're going to place some of these in. Let's put a lot of glue on. Place one there. Again, all the twiggy bits. Open this one up. And place one here as well. I can just open it a little bit more. Like so. That one there. And then let's get another. And place one behind here. Let's get the paper off. Get the glue string. Put that one there. Now, do I bring? Yeah, I'm going to put a bit of floral tape on this one. Because this arrangement isn't going outside. This wreath is going inside the lady's home. But I do always still spray it with UV protection, just in case she places it near the window and when the sun shines through, because the sun can still bleach or make your floral fade, even if it's near a window indoors. So I will spray it with antibacterial spray first. Once that's dry, then I will add in the UV protection spray. Once that's dry, I then spray it again. I give it 2 coats, and then again, once the second coat has dried, then I will spray it with essence oil to give it a nice perfumed smell. I do ask my customers if they are allergic to anything like that. I know this lady isn't, and she likes the smell of the essence oil going on to her arrangements. Let's just play with this. So we've got those in. Oh, I've got another one left. I thought I'd not. I think I'll bring those 2 up there instead. So if I leave that one and bend it over one side, and then do the same with this one. I did say to the lady, how many twiggy bits are you thinking of wanting? And the lady said, as many as you can place in. So let me just hold that up. Yes. So I'm thinking with these, just pop it through here under this leaf a moment. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Where there's a gap up here, I'll add in the floral. I may just add one there. Let's have a look. Do I? Add one there. I'm going to hold back with that one. Let me just put some of the lady's eucalyptus on. Again, there was only 5 that was, you know, we could save. I've just seen a bit of a place one on the side here, another one on the opposite side. just see if there's any stems. I can see a little one. So let's bend that one back in, because I won't be able to get my clippers, my snips on that. What's that? What's catching a twig? Pull that off. I don't know. I'm just looking around the sides as well to see if I can see of any stems sticking out, so the lady doesn't catch herself on them. No, that's it. Oh, let me just have a quick drink, guys. I don't think I really need to put too many twiggy bits in. Again, we've got the boxwood. Might put the odd fern in. Now I do have some of the boxwood on single picks. I could bring those in, so I will use that. Now the lady wants those. I could dot those around as well. So I'm not going to use this. I don't really need that. The lady does want these back in as well. So because there's too small, I could place those here and have. I'm gonna need to get some more of those. It's just the main flower, you know, like the lily. I was thinking of something, maybe we could add in something slightly different. I'm just looking at some different tones of hydrangeas. Now, we've got a really light lilac one. I think I may just add a few of those in. I don't really want to. I've got add in anything what's not really going to blend well. Oh, see, I may just see. I'm going to have to see. Let me just see, guys. It does look pretty though. Yeah, I'm going to have to add them in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the stems. I'm going to hold back with the foliage. I may place that in singular. Now, that could look really pretty there instead. And one here. Where's that bud gone? And then I could place a couple of buds maybe coming here. So let me just get another bud. And then place another one here. And do it like that, I think. So let's get those in. Because I know the ladies' irises have got this, like these streaky lines in them. And I haven't got anything else with them apart from like that, apart from the lilies. So it looks like I'm going to have to put them back in and use the lilies. And the stems are not very long because it is right here, and then we don't want them sticking up too far with them being quite a big head. So and plus there wasn't really much stem on. So if we bring those there, I need to bend that a little bit. So let me try and use my needle nose pliers and just bend it over slightly, not too much. I think I'm going to have to take that leaf off. Let's put some fresh glue. I'm going to pull that one out again and replace it. There. So I've added those in. So she has got them. And this one's just bugging me because it's sticking up. Oh, I can't get it out. Oh, my glue does set quick. Oh, there we go. Take that leaf off there so it doesn't stop us from not having enough stem to place in. I'm going to place it around here as well. So I don't need that one. I'm going to just pop these in. Oh my good gracious me, everything's falling out of my hands. Let's get that glue. And we'll place this one in here as well. I know she likes to see the lotus pods, should I say. Yeah, I'll bring that one there. I'll part it from the other magnolia, so it's in between, like so. So let's have a look at just some fern. And I'm just placing some of the fern on the outer side where I can see a small gap. Right, let me put another one on a pick. Again, with the lady wanting wispy bits, so I'm trying to not put really solid leaves on the outside, because then I'm not keeping it wispy. So I'm using airy foliage or wispy foliage. Place one here as well. So I don't need no more of the fern. Again, now the boxwood. I'm going to be adding in, how many of these single picks have I got? Oh, that's fell off. I'm going to be adding the, oh, I've just pulled that off. Adding these in, again singular, so they can be placed around instead of having them as a bunch, just again for the same reason, to give them that wispy feel also, because we've got all the wispy elements on the outer side. So bring the wispy elements some on the top as well. Let me glue this one back on. Right, so we'll add one in around here also. I can see. Can have that sticking up. And then we'll bring one in here as well. I can just turn it around so I can see. I'm going to bring one coming down like that. I may not even put the ribbon in. And then bring another one down on the inside as well. So she's got all the wispy elements on the top as well as on the bottom. Got some twiggy bits here. Wrap them around your little finger or a finger. Just give them a couple of swirls so they don't look too straight. So they've got a bit of movement in them. Like that as well. So I don't need any more of our boxwood either. Now let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to just put a few of these in, not a lot. Even if it maybe just... So let me just check with these ones first if they... Right, let's get some of those in. I'm just going to add in some thistle as well, just to give a different texture. Again, instead of everything quite smooth, well, not everything, a few things that were quite smooth. Here's my cut. Add in a rough textured element. I'm going to bring some here. And I'm only using the, a few of them. I'm not placing in, lots and lots. But what I'm doing on one side, I will bring them on the opposite side as well. So it looks balanced. Right, and I know the lady wants these. I want to add in, I'm not going to put any more twiggy bits in. I think I'll spoil it by doing that. I want to add in a bit of lilac flowers. Well, the hydrangeas, but lilac in colour. Where there's a little space here, I would like to add in around the side. Let's bring one here as well. I'm going to bring one. It's under, excuse my head, guys. And I'm going to bring one here as well. And then I'm going to bring two up here. Daisy. Right, that's bent, so I'm going to do that again. And let's get that one in again. There we go. So I don't need no more of those. I'm going to pop these all in. And again, I'm going to place these, some on top, some on the bottom. If a customer does bring something of their own, or like they've had a wreath from me and they want it up, you know, changing, if there's elements they've given me and I don't actually use all of them, then I do return the rest to the customer. And then it's, you know, it's up to the customer if they want to say, oh, you can keep those, you know, it's their choice. But I'd rather give them back first before assuming the customer's going to let me have them back. I'm going around the sides first. And some I'm pushing in for a bit further depth. So and because they are just little pieces that I'm placing in, I don't, you know, put them in a particular order. You know, it's just where I feel that, you know, one may be needed there. And then I will pop them in. Just thinking, do I leave that on top? Right, now, I think I've got the odd little piece. I just want to put in as a little filler foliage. I think well, I can feel it, there's a little needed here. So the lady has these left, so I will place those on the band and give them back. I feel that, just thinking whether to bring another piece of the dogwood under here. I feel I need something just under to finish off this area. Because the white flowers are not all on show, and there's none right on the tip where I like to just add in a few more to bring it alive. Okay. Now, I still feel, you know what? I know I said I wasn't going to add them in, but I feel I want a few more twiggy bits around the inside. Now, I'm going to place in, I can just get some, and just bring some twiggy bits in. So I'm going to bring one there. I'll bring one in here. Again, this is what the lady has requested. I may just put one. I'm just going to see. That one hasn't got very many on. That doesn't matter. Do I bring? I may bring. Let me cut the stem a little. It's a bit too long. Right. So I can, twirl these around my finger, which will then, shorten the length of them. And then I may bring one. Obviously, these aren't exactly how I'm going to leave them. I just want to pop them where I want to place them. Because there's all the wispy bits around the edge. And the lady did say twiggy bits. She's got a thing about twiggy bits. Now, these are on a thicker stem. So what you can do, let me just move the wreath out of the way. Find where it starts and unpick them. You've got one there. Let's have a look. So obviously they will be glued down. If you can't get them off, there's a little bit here, look. Yeah, if you can't get them off and you are slightly struggling, then like I am at the moment, and what I suggest, cut them as far as you can. And that's a piece there. So you're just left with them individually. There's a little piece there. So then I'm going to place all those together, and I'm going to use this to wrap around a bit of the twigs. You can glue it on if you wish, and then just create a smaller stem like that. And then if you want them smaller, you can wrap them around your finger again, just to give them a little bit of a movement. so they're not perfectly straight, or just bend a little bit of the tip over like that. Especially if you've got a wreath that's quite tight and the stem is exceptionally thick, then you can try to see if you can remove the main stem. So now that's in, and I've got the twiggy bits, and I will lift them up so you can, so the customer can see them, that they're there. So I want that one there. And again, this is, the stems are exceptionally thick. So I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to just cut it off. And I'll do the same with this. I'm going to wrap that one around because that's a spare one. Wrap that fully around to hold it, and then wrap that one just a couple of times, and then have a stem on it. And do the same, pop it in. Because sometimes when you do use thick stems, they do take a lot of room up in the wreath, with them being, you know, exceptionally thick. I mean, you don't need to worry about that, but I tend to, if they're really thick, do take them apart, because then I'll be able to maybe get more elements in. Right, let me see. Didn't thought that had gone in. And have them sticking out so you can see the twiggy bits. So these are basically upright, sticking out from the wreath. One, two, three, four. That goes there. Another one here. So I'm not, I think I might need one here. Let me just cut another one. Oops. I don't think I'm going to actually place in a bow. Looking at it, I think it looks, you know, beautiful without it. When you have a customer who comes back to you and orders from you all the time, you tend to realise what their sort of style is. So then when they say to you, oh, well, I'll leave it with you, I'm not sure. You know what they're like, so then you know, you become accustomed to their style. So then you just go ahead and create them something, knowing that that's the sort of style that they like. And that's quite, that I like that, you know, when you have a regular customer. So I'm not going to place any more in. I don't know, do I put a bow in? Let's just reel a bit off and hang it. No, it's not got to be that one. What I'm going to do, let's see how long I want them. To about there. So I'll give an X. So what I'm going to do is fold this in half, like so. I'm going to cut where it finishes here. And then I've got this bit here where I've folded it in half. I'm going to get the floral wire and go where the folded half is. Then bend the floral wire. And then that, pull on it and that will pinch it together. And then twist. Just twist it a few times. So now that is held together with the floral wire. And with it being wide ribbon, you can just face it forward if one's facing the wrong way. Then I get one of the stems out of the two wires, wrap it around the other one, just so it thickens this stem up and gives you like a pick. And if it's too long and you don't want to cut it and you want to make the stem thicker, fold it at the bottom where you want, however long you want the stem, and then wrap the remaining, that's facing up towards the ribbon, around the rest of the wire, and you've got a shorter stem. So then you can, I think with this lady isn't really one for dovetails, so I'm going to just cut the ends off at a diagonal cut. Pop it in the glue, the floral wire, just like you do a stem. And I'm going to go down the centre, which is here. And I'm just going to go, I can go under the hook. And I'm going to just place those in there. Just make sure the ribbon's facing the right way. And that's all I'm going to do, because I know the lady said, the person who said she didn't want a bow. And I suggested the tail ends, and she said, well, you know, you can try it. If you feel it looks nicer with it, leave them in. And because they're just only the 7/8, I've left, you know, I've only the thin, so they're not really wide, so they won't make it look, you know, odd. So that is what we've done with some of the customers' floral and foliage. I just want to move that one because it's in the way of the hook. And place it there. Take the old glue off if I can. Right, and again I'm going to look for any wires sticking out. There's a bit of dried glue here, so I'm going to get rid of that. It's too much of a big piece. You don't want it to look messy, so I'm just tidying the dried glue pieces up that I can see. Let's just cut that. Just feeling for any in particular. Right, that's where that came off. So I can't see any that. Oh, I think I've just cut that. Oh my goodness gracious me. So I'm going to have to stick that back in. There. So I've had a look. I can't see any. That one I bent over. I wonder if I can get it in a little bit more. Oh, I might be able to cut it. I may be able to cut it. Yes. So that's even better. So where I've just snipped it, I will just curve over that end, the tip of that, to make sure that it's not going to stick out. So there's no, what's that? No, that's nothing, no. So there's nothing sticking out at the back. So all of the ladies' twiggy looking wreath we've done. I just saw a glue string. So I'm going to get the easel. I'm going to pop it on the easel. I think there's something wrong with me today. I can't turn it around. Just bear with me a minute, guys. I may have to put a bigger hook on. I don't think they'll have done the hook long enough. Well, I probably did, and then just, well, I know I did, and then I just snipped it. I think I may have snipped it too short. So what I'm going to do, pull it from, pull that out so I can get to it, and pull it through. So that's the old one. So let's put the new one on. keep it long. Let's go through. Let me make sure it's in the centre. So it's around here. So I'm just weaving it through the floral and the foliage till it comes through the back. Just make sure I'm not catching anything. Give it a bigger hole to attach something on. That's better. And then let's pop this back in now. There we go. So let's just pop that back on the easel. I know the lady will love all the twiggy bits. I do. I loved it when she said that. I thought, oh my goodness, that's just what I like. Lots of twiggy bits. Let's just right, I'll bring the camera up so you can see. Let's just, I don't know if you can see properly there. So we've created a customer order with the customer bringing in, again, as I said, some of her own foliage and floral from a wreath that she had from me with deco mesh in. She had it for quite a while. She does like the colour lilac or the purples. She does like that sort of thing, and greys. She likes that combination. And with the lady wanting the same colour, but just making it a bit more floral and a bit more wispy with lots of twiggy bits in, then because she's spotted things like that and likes it. Let me just sort this bit out here. Pull that out. I want to replace it. It's just sitting in the wrong position. And I think as well, I'm going to take that and I'm going to place that on a pick and replace the leaf from the lily. Just so it's got, because I've just spotted a gap. And I want this leaf to cover that area. Let me just turn it my way, guys. I think I've placed it a bit too far out. I'm going to really shorten the stem. I can see here where it needs to go. I'm just doing it from where I can see. There we go, that's it. So yes, that's the customer request. Right, I need to put those aside for the customer, and those because they're hers too, and so is that. So the lady will get those back. So if I just move some things here. I bought some new ribbon, guys. You know how I've stated I buy it from and have it from Kerry's Wreath for all occasions. I've ordered some last week. It came this yesterday evening. Oh, I've got to show you. Now, obviously I've got another pick. It was one lot she had left, and I said, you know, put it in my basket and I'll have it. So I have got another pick. I didn't order this, but it came and I thought, well, I may as well have it. I could have placed it with that, but I think the customer doesn't like things like this, you know, with lots of, you know, floral print. I had a look at that. So that is from RG ribbon, and that's 1.5 inch, 10 yard. So I've got that. Now I know it's early, but I wanted something for Halloween. So then I got this deluxe one with the orange background and the black polka dots and the black stitching along the side. And it is, if I just get this little piece out, it is hot pink on the back. And I think, so it's fused. So I love that. I've ordered one for yellow, which is just yellow fused on the back with the white polka dots from Deluxe. And these are 7/8. And then I ordered this. I had to look at this. Now this is a 1.5 inch, 10 yards again, of the red and white, where it's fused again on the back. And it is floral print, guys. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely pretty. So again, that's a deluxe ribbon. And then I've also got a Brilliance ribbon. And these are also quality as well. I wanted to take this off to have a look, but I had to go out last night. So let me just cut it. Sorry guys, I want to show you, you know, what I got. And this isn't fused. The fused means it's got another layer of ribbon on the back and you can't see through it. So you can see the print on the back of the floral. So this isn't fused. And this is a 1.5 inch as well. But it's similar to the red one, but it's black and white. And I just love that. Especially if people just prefer, you know, the monochromatic black and white, but they want a black and white spring or summer wreath or swag or arrangement, and they want black and white floral ribbon. I've got some. Because before I've just usually got plain black or stripes, but now I've got those. So I've got those, and for now, and then that pink. So they will be going. I've got to sort out all my ribbon as well. I'm running out of room. So anyway, let's get back to what we did today for our customer. She wanted the wispy wreath and everything. She calls it a horseshoe shape, which I suppose, you know, it is. And in the colours that she wanted, as she likes. If you don't want to do it in these sort of colours, just, you know, again, whichever colour you choose, guys, it doesn't matter. You know, and if you've got some of these wispy bits and twiggy bits, or, you know, your boxwood, or if you've got them on a bunch, take the leaves off singular and put them on a pick. So like I did with the boxwood, so they're just on their own instead of as a bunch. And then I just added all these twiggy bits in because I know that's what the customer will want. And I added the Veronica in just because it's got that point and it's got that, you know, length to it. We added that in as well. And that adds to it with the lovely white boxwood also. So that's really pretty, and the hops, the purple hops. So, and then I just added in those little bits of hydrangea also. So I will take a photograph of that and give it to the customer. And I always ask if there's anything they need changing or if they would like something else adding. Majority of the time they don't. They're more than happy. So I will give that to the customer, a picture. And it will, we'll see when she wants to me to deliver or collect it. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I hope that you like the twiggy look for the wreaths. I do. And even by adding in some of these lotus pods as well, you know, they also have given it a bit of dark, you know, colour, what also with the lighter tones make it lift, and the opposite way around, the white colour allows the darker tones to lift. So it's, you know, it works both ways. So I hope you give it a go, guys. Please subscribe, share and like. You know, bring everybody along, see what the, you know, different styles that they can create, and give it a go, and maybe it inspires you to carry on creating wonderful floral designs, and maybe one day set up your own little business. Wouldn't that be charming? So have a wonderful day. I think, oh, it's not his feed time, but it won't be long, so he's hovering. So have a wonderful day, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. God bless, and thank you again for your wonderful messages, and also for the lovely wreath that we did yesterday. Somebody told me it's a work of art. It's not just any wreath, it's a work of art. That really that brought a tear to my eye. I thought that was really, really nice. I have already had interest in it, so it will be first come, first served, unless somebody else wants one, and I'll just have to make another one. So have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Good health, guys. God bless. And again, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you all very soon. And I'm sure so will I, Marley. Eh? So have a wonderful day, guys. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, let's just go close them all. Oh, I've pressed that. I know what I've done to press that button. I've just spotted it. Oh my goodness. So let me just get that off. I know, you noticed too. Right. So there's the lotus pods. I think, do I need to zoom in again? Right, there's the lotus pods. There's the lilies, again with the, like I say, veins, but it's just part of the design. You've got your boxwood, your twiggy bits, again your boxwood here, and your lovely grey magnolias, and some buds in the lilies as well, your hydrangeas, your a few pieces of silver dollar eucalyptus from the customer, the hops in purple. I've just seen a glue string. So purple hops, and then obviously these are the picks where I just took the yellow flowers off, and then some little thistle, white and purple thistle. Again, I do like to place in the texture of different things, rough with the smooth. Then we have our birch leaves as well. What else did I add in, guys? Goodness gracious me, I can't remember. But, oh, and we added also in the blossom, didn't we? That here, these little blossom, hanging, trailing blossoms as well. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Please give it a go, guys, and have fun and enjoy. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.